right, we're going to discuss the form on your plank and your side planks. So we'll address the front plank first. There are two variations of a front plank. You can be on your hands or you can be on your elbows. Now in both of these, what I want to go over first, that core bracing that we talked about, should be tightening your core, flexing all that. Now in a plank, this actually is more than an ab movement. This is a full body movement. You should be squeezing your butt, you should be flexing your quads, you should be engaging your arms and your shoulders and your back as well. So planks are actually a full body movement, even though people classify them as abs. So what I want you to look at first is your arm placement. Now when you are in a plank, whether on your hands or your elbows, you want them, imagine this is the floor here, you want your arms to be directly under your shoulders. You don't want to angle them out, and of course you definitely don't want to be out in front of them. You want to be straight under. Even if you're in this position here, then you're looking at where your elbow placement is, directly under your shoulder, okay? Now, with your plank, if you're doing on your hands, you want them to be about shoulder width apart. So from here, just push your arms straight out from your shoulders, come into your plank right here. You're going to put your feet out behind you, and then tighten here. So brace your core nice and tight, flex your butt, and even kind of push your heels back a little bit. And then to engage even more, almost imagine like you're trying to pull your hands down towards your feet while you're pressed in on the ground here. As soon as you make that activation, like you're trying to push that way, it's going to engage your upper back muscles. It's going to engage your abs a lot more. It will feel harder. That means you're doing it right. A plank should not be lazy and easy. All right, now in your plank position here, you want to make sure you're keeping your back muscles nice and tight. So you don't want to slump, and you don't want to drop your head, and you don't want to raise your butt up here. You want to be able to make a nice straight line with your body. Even on your elbows here, elbows directly under the shoulders, tighten everything out, and then in both planks, try and keep your neck in that neutral, straight position. So you don't want to be slumping and falling. We don't want that. You want to push. Imagine like you're trying to push the floor away from you. That's going to help engage those back muscles more to help you have proper form so that you're not hurting your shoulders. Now, you can also modify this with a bench or a chair, the edge of a couch, a bottom step on your stairs. So I'll show you that with a bench here. So plank from your bench, you still want the same thing. You still want your hands to be directly under your shoulders and planking right here, right? So you don't want to push out. You don't want to be making an angle or letter A. You want your hands to be directly under your shoulders. Brace your core, and then push yourself away from the bench to activate your back. All right, so now I want to show you the side planks. These are a little bit trickier because you're just focusing on one shoulder holding you and those side abs, which get a little tough. So I'm going to show you the modification first with our bench, and then we'll bring it down to the floor. Now in a side plank, and any use of side planks, you want to brace your core. Your elbow or your hand, whichever it is, should be directly under your shoulder. From here, you can either stack one foot in front of the other, or you can place them on top of each other. And you're working really good in here, but also the back of your shoulder, around the muscles around your shoulder blades. You want to engage those, so don't slump in your shoulder. Push your arm, push that bench away from you, just like that. Okay, now I'm going to show you another variation that you can do on the ground to help you with your balance. So in a side plank, a modification. So you still want that shoulder or your hand, either one, elbow or hand under your shoulder. A modification is you're going to kick one leg. See how that leg, that bottom leg, I'm going to kickstand it right behind me. So my knee is at a 90 degree. My other leg is out straight. And you're just going to push up, keeping that knee down. Now this is a modified variation. The full plank, again, you can stack your feet if you want, or one on top of the other. From here, all the way up. Elbow directly under the shoulder, pushing that floor away from you. And then in all of your side planks, you want your shoulders and your hips to be facing the wall in front of you, to square up with that wall, that's whatever it is in front of you. You don't want to be turning in, you don't want to be falling over. Try and get it up tight. So that's why we have these modified versions if we need to, if you can't quite hold that side plank all the way yet. All right, ladies, so keep that square, keep that back active. Let's see some side planks.